It is harder and it's a lot more work. You have to work harder to leverage relationships than a studio has, and the reason for that is a major studio or even a boutique agency have access to marketing and distribution streams. They have relationships with theatre chains globally. They have relationships with networks and streaming services. An indie producer doesn't have any of that. So that's why packaging becomes so important. Is there any way of overcoming that? No. To my mind, this is a relationship-based, like a lot of industry, but this is a relationship-based medium. It's not just your job as a writer to write scripts. It's your job to find relationships that you can then leverage in order to get your work to them, knowing full well they have a series of relationships which span studios, networks, financiers, the whole lot of them. So I don't think that will ever change. But the idea is, let's go back to the Lifetime movie model, the movie of the week model. If you have a solid project and you develop a couple of relationships at a Hallmark or a Lifetime, and you say, I have this great movie, it's a $350,000 budget. I've got $30,000 worth of soft money because we're shooting it in Arkansas with their tax incentives. I'm going to make it. Here's the concept, because a lot of the Lifetime stuff is concept approved. They say yes, you go and make the film to the best of your ability, you take a loan, and then you go to them and you sell it. I'm making it sound very easy. It's not. It's always going to be difficult. And the cream that rises to the top are those that are willing to scrounge and think non-traditionally about funding. Don't go to a funding body that's already funding a whole bunch of projects. Try to find mum and pop investors on a $300,000 movie. Go and find private investors, people who have money that you might know in the family, that you might know through friends. It's like, I've got this movie, gonna make it, we're gonna shoot it here. Lay out the plan for them like you would if you're asking for a loan. Investing in movies and television is risky. That's why studios have an entire divisions devoted to risk mitigation. And there's always going to be that risk. But if you learn to package properly, if you learn to hone your concept, and that's why at my website, I don't just teach screenwriting. I teach how to package a film, the one that you're writing. Where does it belong? Who do I go to with it? How do I get to them? Where is this story going to sell? And that was the important thing for me about the website, was I learned 90% of what I know now from being on the job as a development executive, creative executive, story editor, and acquisitions executive, not just as a screenwriter. I learned to hone my craft as a writer by writing, by going to grad school. I got very lucky there. But the rest of it is just doing, learn by doing.